Hello everybody, this is Tara from Tara's Independent Voice, soon to be changed to a different name. And I've got the name and I'm not telling it yet because I got to make sure my webmaster agrees. So there you go. I'm here today with spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. If you did not watch last night's episode of Fear the Walking Dead, please, and you don't want to know what happened, please go watch the episode and you can watch this later. And of course, as always, before I start getting into this, I want to ask you, if you are new here or you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button and the notifications button so you know when I post a new video, because you probably will want to see it. And then if you can, give me a thumbs up, without the pen, thumbs up. That helps a lot. And make a comment. Tell me what you think. Am I wrong? Am I right? Am I halfway there? Let me know. I'm not. Okay. Anyways, yeah, last night's Fear the Walking Dead was so gut-wrenching for me, because one of my very favorite characters, probably my favorite character, is gone. And that is Nick Clark, played by Frank Delanis. And that I pronounced his last name wrong. I am sorry, Frank, if you're watching this, which of course you're not. But yeah, he met his demise last night rather, in a very interesting way that mirrors something that happened on The Walking Dead back in like season 5, I think it was. The episode is called The Grove. And if that sounds familiar, it's because Carol has the famous lines, "Look at the flowers, look at the flowers, Lizzie." So I think it's almost like a mirror image. Like if you look in a mirror, you're one way, but really you're opposite. So, or kind of like that. I would call it a mirror image. I can't talk today, which is bad when you're talking on YouTube. In The Grove, Carol comes back from one of her expeditions, and there are 2 young children that she saved from the prison, and of course they're watching Judith. And when she gets back, she finds out that Lizzie has killed her little sister, because she thinks she'll come back but she'll be the same, something like that, something a twisted mind would think. So Carol knows she has to put down this serial killer in the making. This isn't the first time that she's done some kind of strange things. So what she does is has her walk out into this little grove where there's these little flowers. And she tells Lizzie, "Look at the flowers, Lizzie, just look at the flowers," and shoots her in the head. And it's not funny, but really, it truly is. When it comes down, the whole scene boils down to "Look at the flowers, Lizzie," and people use that all the time. And so last night, we saw a huge homage to that episode, as an episode, I think it was 3. I'm not sure, because I watch it and then it's gone, so keep important stuff in my head, not how many episodes I've seen, because I don't want to know, because then I'll know when it's going to end. Anyway, last night Nick just made a lot of mistakes, as Nick has all through the show. I mean, we first see him, he's a drug addict. And then, that kind of has been off and on through the whole show. He's made bad decisions because of that. He has figured out if you put blood all over yourself, you can just walk through the zombie apocalypse. And he did that a lot and has worried his mother sick and has made his sister, well, that's really on his mother. His mother has made his sister feel like she's not important because all of the attention goes on Nick because it's the squeaky screw that gets the oil, and that's what was going on there. So Nick makes a bad decision and ends up running off when he's being watched by Morgan, who of course has crossed over from The Walking Dead. And he runs off because he sees a car carrying Charlie and her caretaker, for lack of a better word, even though Charlie's the one who has the ability to find food like magically. But so he goes running off, and he ends up seeing this lovely bed of flowers. I think they're buttercups, they said. And he at one point lays down in them, and, he ends up pulling a flower or two that I believe he intended to give to Charlie, the little girl. And so he does find them, and it is, I guess, the place they stay or store their food. And he ends up fighting with the guy who is really annoying, the leader of the pack of people who look like they're carnies driving through the apocalypse, safe and sound. And he ends up killing him. And he was surprised he killed him, because that's not the way he was going to kill him. Maybe he wasn't going to kill him. Maybe he was just going to beat him up, because Nick has never really been a killer. Have we seen him kill anybody except walkers? No, I don't think so. But so then he goes out, never tells, Morgan finds him, never tells Morgan he killed somebody, and he walks over and he's sitting down and he takes the flowers out and he's holding the flowers. And I'm supposing he thinks that Charlie's in the house that's there, but she's not. And just at the end, practically at the end of the scene, and almost the end of the evening's episode, you hear a gunshot. And all of a sudden his face goes strange, and hand comes up with blood, and he just falls back. And it's just at the time when I think it's Garcia, his girlfriend's name, and the original group, his sister, and Strain, I believe his name is. I skipped a lot last year. I found Fear the Walking Dead to be dry and annoying. But since it was a crossover season, I decided I would dedicate myself to watching it, and I have for 2 whole episodes. I'll continue to watch. But of course, they're trying to save him and talking, and his sister loses it, and that's kind of where it stops. I don't remember anything after that, because I was a little traumatized. How can they kill such a major character, one of the stars of the show, so early on in the season and early on in the show? This is the 4th season. And you would think that's a fairly advanced show, but not when you think that The Walking Dead's going into the 9th season. And Fear the Walking Dead is kind of turning a corner into being more interesting, less character-driven, which is, being a character-driven show is not a bad thing, but it was all about the characters. It was all about Nick. It was all about Strain. It was all about all of these issues that they brought into the apocalypse and just we're still working out. And it's kind of become more of, okay, now we're fighting zombies and, of course, the people that are out there that, you know, Mexico is full of them. They knew that, so they have now crossed into Texas and have settled in a baseball stadium. What can happen bad there? But so yes, that homage happened, and Nick died during that homage. And on Talking Dead, the 2 showrunners did verify that there are Easter eggs and lots of stuff. They even said if you pause at the right place during the show cards, which I believe is the beginning and the ending, you will find a whole complete story. I'm really bad at that. If anybody can figure that out and put it down every week, that would be cool. Or if you have a channel, please link it here. Please put a link here so we can all go read it, because I'm interested in that, very interested in that. And I just know I won't find it. At any rate, I would like to remind you, and I know I don't need to for you diehard fans, but The Walking Dead in both series are not the zombies. Oops. Not the zombies, but they are actually the people, the live people. And people who had a lot of knowledge of the comic books and knew that. I didn't even think about it until I did, and then I was like, wow, that's deep. But everybody else knew. So then you come up with a show called Fear the Walking Dead. And so that makes great sense, since we know Kim would probably shoot just about anybody except her kids, and has become a very strong woman, has lost a lot. She lost her husband, she lost her son, but she doesn't know it yet. So next Sunday is going to be very interesting in seeing how that all plays out. And I think the title of the show, Fear the Walking Dead, speaks volumes about these people. And there were lots of zombies. Last night, in this episode, there were a lot of action, and it was just yummy. It was like a hot fudge cake. Yummy. And I enjoyed it until they kill off my favorite character. But he's already filming another film. He's done so much, actually doing another series for Netflix while he was doing The Walking Dead, and I don't know how big a part he played in that. I'm going to go watch it and see what it's like. But anyways, so yeah, Nick's gone, and it's going to be a sadder show. I feel like maybe they'll bring somebody else on that will have some charisma. I mean, because face it, the show is a bit, I don't know, I don't want to say it's flat, but Nick made it, he's so attractive, and girls want to be with him. Older women want to mother him. And, that kind of man is very interesting. And I would like to see them bring on somebody who is, you don't want somebody similar or exactly like that, but somebody with other issues and other strengths and weaknesses that can come in and perk up the show a little. Because I do fear for it now. I do fear it's going to fall back onto what it was. The first season I enjoyed, and I thought, well, the second season's going to rock because they got this yacht and they're going to go out and they're going to survive, and maybe the zombies swim and that'll be the big issue and they can find other boats. All that happened, and then they went to Mexico where they all got their ass kicked. Seriously, truly. The end of last season was pretty interesting. I did watch, I think, the last 2 episodes, and I watched some here and there. My husband watches it, and I sit on the couch with him, but I am constantly writing or recording, so, I just wasn't paying attention, and pretty much on purpose, because I was bored with it. And so yeah, that is my spoiler-filled little review and opinion on the episode last night. I don't think I have anything else for you today. I didn't look up a whole lot. I was concentrating on finding out about Nick. Those are the only notes I have. So that must be it. Anyways, you guys, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And I really appreciate you being here. If you could, share this video. I just really am trying to build this channel, and I'm going to build my website. I am going to do it with everybody's help, and I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And so, closing out, this is Terra. This is Terra's Independent Voice, and